Hey guys, Rolando Rodriguez here with xgains.com. We've got workouts that work, eats that satisfy, and everything else you need to reach your lifestyle goals. So today I want to touch on a topic which I've talked about a lot in the past before, but it is worth repeating and talking about again, and that is when to eat your carbs, when to carb load, when to replenish your carbs, and or when not to. Here's the thing, in my opinion. A lot of people out there just want to have an excuse to eat carbs. I get it. They're delicious. They taste good. They're fun. They can give you a pump for your workout. But too many people out there, especially the ones that talk about carb loading before a race. What are you talking about? Most of them didn't work out that day. Here's the thing. You're carb loading for the race tomorrow. Did you work out today and deplenish all of your carbs that you have stored in your muscles? Because if you didn't work out today and you're carb loading for the race tomorrow, you're not carb loading. Okay? Because what's going to happen is the carbs that you think you're going to store into your muscle to have for tomorrow are really going to turn into fat. You're fat loading. That's what you're doing. Because if you eat too many carbs, if you have too much sugar in your body, and your liver and your muscle stores are completely full, the extra sugar that is floating around your body is going to be converted into fat and stored as fat. Congratulations, you are fat loading. Here's the short end of it, right? If you did not work out today, you did not utilize the muscle glycogen, the sugar that is stored in your muscle, which you only utilize when you use that muscle. So that's full. And if you didn't fast, your liver is probably full of sugar. So your muscle storage and your liver storage in terms of glycogen is full. So now you have extra carbs or extra sugars floating, and your blood can't handle that. It's not good to have sugar floating in your blood. You only have about a teaspoon, I think, like 5 grams. So it has to go somewhere, and it goes to your fat storage. You gotta take that sugar out of your system, out of your blood, and it's not gonna be stored in your muscles because you didn't use them that day, and it's not gonna be stored in your liver because your liver is still topped off from the carb-loaded or carb-filled breakfast that you had. So carb loading for tomorrow, if you didn't work out or deplete today or fast, doesn't really work. Doesn't work like that, okay? So instead of carb loading, you're fat loading. Now, let's say that you went and you worked out and you did do a pretty aggressive workout. You're not gonna deplete all the carbs in your body. And people are like, you got to get that glucose back in your system so it can be converted to glycogen so you can store the sugar back in your muscles that you depleted. But you're not depleting that much. We're not Micheal Phelps. It is so easy to eat more sugar than you actually need to replenish in your body that it's better to not even toe that line. The thing is, guys, so many people talk about, the key to losing weight is just a good exercise routine. You gotta move, you gotta work out. But guys, even if you run for 2 miles, 1 cookie could offset all of that in terms of calories and in terms of glycogen storage. So what ends up happening is people are like, you know what? I'm gonna replenish the carbs that I just utilized working out. You don't know how many carbs you just utilized. You don't know how much fat to glucose you were actually burning? We don't know. You could guess. The thing is, too many people utilize working out as an excuse to eat and to overeat, and specifically on carbs. I don't care if it's simple sugars or complex carbs. It doesn't matter. They say post-workout, you got to get the simple sugars back into your system to replenish the glycogen that you utilized while you were working out, the glucose that is stored in the muscle, stored as glycogen. Okay? So simple sugars help you replenish that quickly. But even if it's complex carbs, you know what I hear when I hear complex carbs? I hear a long-term sugar energy source. Okay? Yeah, it might not spike up your blood sugar immediately, but you're going to have that dump throughout the day that you're going to have to continue to utilize and work with. And if the point is weight loss, do not worry about replenishing your carbs unless you're Micheal Phelps or you're Usain Bolt or you're training for the Olympics or you're training for like 2 hours a day. If your main objective is weight loss and you're utilizing both your dieting approach, which is 80% of it in my opinion, if not 85%, and working out to try to get your biggest bang for your buck in terms of weight loss, you do not need to worry about carb loading and or replenishing your carbs post-workouts. Unless you're Micheal Phelps, Usain Bolt, or those crazy CrossFitters that work out for about 2 hours a day and are just straight explosive exercises back to back to back. You don't need to go carb load. What you're going to end up doing is overeating both calorically and overeating in sugar, which are the two worst things that you could possibly do if you're trying to burn fat. Why? Because to burn fat, you got to allow your body the ability to access the fat on your body in 2 steps. You need to reduce your insulin spikes by reducing your sugar intake, and you need to allow your body the ability and the time to access the fat stored on your body, and a reason to actually access it, which is reducing the amount of calories that you intake. So it's 2 steps. It's the types of food that you eat, and it's the amount of food that you eat. Those 2 combined will allow your body to access the fat on it to burn the fat that you actually want. And you don't need to replenish the glycogen that you utilize that day. Your body will do it either through gluconeogenesis or with the little bit of carbs if you're following a low carb diet, or a regular carb diet with the carbs that you typically eat when you eat them. But don't overeat on carbs just because you worked out today. Especially don't overeat on carbs for tomorrow's workout if you didn't work out today. And that's it for now. This has been Rolando Rodriguez with xgains.com. Please let me know if you got any questions or comments down below. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel. If you haven't done so already, I greatly appreciate it. The website again is x-. That's the symbol, not the word, gains.com. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Peace.